What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool Transfer News video. We will also preview the Liverpool Man United game because finally, after a long 2 weeks, Liverpool are back playing football, and it's one of the biggest games of the season. Liverpool against Man United at Anfield. Let me know what is your score prediction for the game, and I think after Liverpool suffering 3 straight defeats, this is an absolutely must-win game after Chelsea, Man City and Arsenal all won already on the weekend, and Arsenal have some winnable fixtures coming up: Crystal Palace, Burnley and Sunderland. Liverpool have to get maximum points because Liverpool have some tough fixtures coming up: Brentford, Aston Villa, Man City in the league, and Frankfurt in the Champions League as well, and then Real Madrid in the Champions League. So Liverpool need to pick up form and fast, otherwise we could be in trouble in the title race. The league table is very closely congested at the moment. And today's topic is Marc Guehi, because the Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner admitted that, and also the Crystal Palace chairman admitted that Crystal Palace would have probably taken the money from Liverpool if they weren't involved in the Conference League this season, because Marc Guehi's contract is expiring next June, but Crystal Palace felt they could earn more money by progressing far in the Conference League than by selling Marc Guehi, which I don't agree with, because the Conference League doesn't pay anywhere near as much as the Europa League or anywhere near as much as the Champions League. But Marc Guehi has actually told Crystal Palace that he will leave next year, so there is zero chance that Marc Guehi signs a new contract and stays at Crystal Palace, and this opens the door for Liverpool to go for this transfer. But the noises coming out from Liverpool are that we are not going to go for a January transfer, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Crystal Palace would still ask for 20-25 million, and Liverpool could get Marc Guehi for nothing. And yes, we need to pay him probably a signing on fee, but that would be much lower than the January transfer fee. But Liverpool are in need of a centre-back, because yes, Konate just about recovered from his injury during the international break, but what if Konate or Van Dijk gets a long injury? We need to rely on Joe Gomez's fitness. That's a recipe for disaster. So Liverpool need to sign a centre-back in January, even someone who is just an experienced player who could play for the next 2 or 3 years. A Wataru Endo type of player could be a solution short term. But Oliver Glasner revealed that Marc Guehi has told Crystal Palace that he will be moving on next year. Even though he was offered a new contract, he doesn't want to stay at Crystal Palace. He wants to go to a bigger club. No disrespect to Crystal Palace, but there are a lot more bigger clubs out there. And Glasner said, I think Marc has already told us that he doesn't sign a new contract, so he will leave next year. Of course, the club wanted Marc to stay. They offered Marc a new contract, but he said, no, I want to make something different, and that's normal. For us, it's how we can deal with this situation. What is the best way to get this next step done? That's all about how we are talking together. So the Crystal Palace will sign a replacement either in January or in the summer, but this, the fact that they put the plug in the last second on this Marc Guehi transfer could really hurt Liverpool this season, because we are one defender short with Leone suffering this ACL injury, which of course is unexpected, but you need to have a big, strong squad if you want to win the title. Look at Arsenal. They have Gabriel, Saliba, Mosquera, Hincapié, 4 brilliant centre-backs, plus they have Calafiore and Timber, another 2 players who could play centre-back. So even with a massive injury crisis, Arsenal will be fine defensively. Liverpool are praying for Van Dijk and Konate to stay fit, especially after the next international break until January. We have 3 months of relentless football where we are playing games every 3 days, and that is going to be a grueling, and Liverpool will need to rotate. We won't be able to play Konate and Van Dijk in every single game. Probably Gravenberch or Endo or even Robertson could play centre-back in some games, but those are not ideal solutions, especially in the Premier League. You can't expect to start Robertson or Gravenberch at centre-back and have a similar level of performance to Konate or Van Dijk, even though Konate has had a dip in form. Hopefully he will rediscover his form against Man United. So now this leaves the door open for Liverpool, but other clubs are sniffing around Marc Guehi. He has been linked with Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. The Sky Sports are reporting that the La Liga giants, Real Madrid and Barcelona, are really stiffing around Marc Guehi because they both love a free transfer. They, of course, don't want to pay huge amounts of money for players if they don't have to. But Marc Guehi already agreed everything with Liverpool. He already has a contract agreed and everything. So this leaves Liverpool in pole position. The big question is, can Marc Guehi's head being turned by Real Madrid or Barcelona? You know, will he stay loyal to Liverpool because he already... Basically, we're like minutes away from signing officially for Liverpool. And this is where Richard Hughes, the Liverpool sporting director, earns his money. He will be required to use all of his charm, offensive and persuasive powers to convince Marc Guehi to come to Liverpool, and now it's basically an open hunt for Marc Guehi's signature. So let me know, do you think he will end up at Liverpool, or will he join Real Madrid, Barcelona or Bayern Munich? Maybe even in Man City are interested in him. Sky Sports reported that Guehi has a big decision to make when he moves on from Crystal Palace, because virtually every big club in Europe wants to sign him next summer. He's totally committed to playing for Crystal Palace, but when the time comes to leave, he would want to play at the highest level possible, including the Champions League. He's not someone who is particularly motivated by money. Wherever he goes, he will earn a big salary. Real Madrid are expected to sign a centre-back next summer, but one of their targets, Saliba, signed a new Arsenal contract. That means Real Madrid will focus their efforts on signing Konate or Marc Guehi next summer. And both players could potentially be out of contract by then. Real Madrid have recently signed the likes of Mbappe, Trent, Rudiger as free agents in recent windows. So there is a good chance that Marc Guehi could end up at Real Madrid or Barcelona, because those clubs now have an advantage because they can sign a pre-contract agreement with Marc Guehi in January. With Premier League clubs can't, because he's playing in the same league. Premier League clubs could make Crystal Palace a big offer for him in January, but how big would it be considering he's going to be a free agent in the summer? And Sky Sports are saying that, speaking to Premier League clubs, they have a feeling that Marc Guehi will end up abroad because Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich are all interested in him, and they definitely have the advantage of ending up at one of those clubs because they can sign Marc Guehi on a pre-contract agreement in the January transfer window. And transfer insider Dean Jones is saying that Marc Guehi is interested in potentially joining Liverpool, but now he's not giving Liverpool definitely a preferential treatment. He said, the journalist said, "I think we need to be very clear. The situation has changed with Marc Guehi. He's looking at things from a fresh perspective now. His approach to a transfer is unclouded by past thoughts. I would take the Bayern rumor seriously. It might be something that starts to hold real appeal as the player thinks about his next move." Of course, there was a sense of disappointment when his move to Liverpool fell through, but some of the reports were over the top in terms of his reaction. He always knew there was a chance that deal could collapse. He's a level-headed player who knows other opportunities are ahead of him. He did want to join Liverpool and he's still interested, but now the situation is completely open. I don't think he's any more likely to commit to Liverpool than any other major club at this moment. I understand he's looking at everything with fresh eyes, and Bayern could be a very interesting option for Liverpool. So I think Liverpool will try everything to try and convince Marc Guehi to come, but of course it's going to be not too easy because Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, they are serious clubs and they can negotiate freely with Marc Guehi from the January the 1st. And this Liverpool-Man United game is absolutely massive, not just because Liverpool have lost 3 games in a row, but because it's Man United and it's at Anfield, and we didn't meet Man United at Anfield recently. I think we had 2 draws in a row in the Premier League against them. But Arne Slot said that Liverpool will give everything, and they have given everything in all of the games, and it hasn't been a bad start. It has been an okay start with winning 7 games out of 10, and losing the last two Premier League games in the last minute has really hurt. So now we need to make up for it. But if we meet Man United, then our form is back, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Alexander Isak, because I have a feeling that he will play well and score a goal against Man United. Hopefully I will be right. But of course, the whole team needs to click. Liverpool still haven't figured out a way to get the best out of Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Frimpong, Kerkez. So Liverpool still need to gel on the pitch. And now Alexander Isak is back to almost being fully fit. Arne Slot said he has had 5-6 weeks of preseason now. He's now close to the level he should be. And now I think we can judge him in a fair way from now on. And yes, Isak didn't score for Sweden, but Gakpo did, Virgil did, Soboslai did, Alexis McAllister did, but Isak didn't. So let's see where he is on the upcoming weeks. McAllister, he went out immediately with an injury after Liverpool won the league, and we were expecting him to be back from the start of preseason, but he wasn't. So he hasn't been able to play 3 games in a row. So we went out and then in and out and in. Sometimes he played 45 minutes, sometimes 60. That's never an ideal scenario for a player. So he has struggled for fitness, for form, and for rhythm. But hopefully now Alexis McAllister will be back to his best, because he scored 2 goals for Argentina in the international break. And Virgil van Dijk said that we know that we need to improve, and this will be a tough game. And we need to show a big and a positive reaction after losing 3 games in a row. So what matters now is what comes next. And what is required at this club: hard work, humility, togetherness, consistency. And that applies in the good moments and in the not so good ones. We are not panicking, but we also need to be open and honest with ourselves, with each other. We know as a group that there is room for improvement in our performance levels, and that's what we will be striving for. So come on Liverpool, let's beat Man United. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your score prediction. Have a nice day, and hopefully Liverpool win. See you later. Goodbye.